And my microphone was muted. Fantastic start. Fantastic start. All right, so welcome back. I mean, if you've watched previous videos, welcome back. And if you haven't, welcome. Maybe you were here before and you didn't remember being... I don't know. I'm trying to give someone like an existential crisis. Welcome to the video, basically, is what I mean. So, much like last video, I'm going to just do like a little recap of February because it appears that I didn't record anything in February, which I find hard to believe. But then I'm also like, well, the proof is right here in front of me. There are no videos. It just doesn't make sense to me that I didn't record anything. But I guess I didn't record anything. So we're going to do a little recap, a little... What did I do in February before we get into the rest of the video? I think I was going through it a bit. I'm always going through it. But I got some pictures of bits and pieces. So at the end of the last video, I showed me sorting through some beads. I'd got like a bag of mixed beads from the charity shop. And I think probably why I didn't record anything is because I must have in February, it must have been the month where I spent a lot of time organising beads. And when I say organising beads, I don't mean bags of beads, I mean mixed up seed beads. So I have this picture here of all these pink beads in different tubes. I don't know if it's in the... I'll try and find the clip actually, because I have a clip of this little plastic container that has... Basically, it had all of these beads mixed up in it, and I sat by hand painstakingly separating all of these beads into these tubes. And then I just had this pile of like gems, beads, sequins. There was just all sorts of shit in here. And I sat and I painstakingly separated all of those into different piles and then bagged all of those things up into like the plastic bags and stuff. There was quite a lot of good stuff there, to be fair. There were some broken bits of things, I think. But for the most part, there was good stuff in there. It was just like a nightmare to separate it all. But I ended up with these two tubes of seed beads as well, which is quite handy. And then I had this pile of other seed beads that I had got in that, there's like a little film canister. These were all in there. And I was a bit frustrated. I was like, look, I know people give stuff to the charity shop, but like what happens in my mind is I'm like, okay, when did this occur, right? Because if I craft, there's no way I would have this stuff merged together myself, right? Because it would just be impossible trying to craft and I have all these mixed items together, or I have all of these seed beads mixed up. So I'm like, did they just go, I don't want this crafter stuff anymore, I will just throw it all into a bag, I'll throw all of this into a container and give it to the charity shop? Or did someone donate separately things and the charity shop just like mix them up in a bag? I don't know at what point this happens, but I'm just like, who caused this chaos? Okay, who caused this chaos that I've had to sit and undo? But I will say, I've always quite enjoyed like organising things like that. I can find it quite therapeutic. I don't know, therapeutic, is that the right word? It doesn't really give me any therapy. But you know what I mean? It's quite relaxing. I can sit and do that. So I did quite a bit of that. I think that's probably why I didn't film anything in February, because I was just sat organising beads. But I did that. I also did some cooking. I've been branching out. I think I've mentioned a million times. I've been trying to do more things. I've been trying to break through anxieties, which means I've been cooking more because I've been... Actually, I think for the most part, I think I've nailed it. I think I've nailed it now. But I stopped cooking, mostly. I didn't cook very often at all for fear of like burning the house down or making people sick. So I just avoided cooking. Or if I did cook, it was like, if I cooked like chicken, I'd have to check the chicken a million times and I'd check temperature and then I would check that the chicken's cooked, and then when I'm eating it midway through I'll keep checking the chicken's cooked, and even though I've eaten it I'm like, oh my god, I'm definitely gonna get salmonella. Is that what you get from chicken? I'm definitely gonna get that and I'm gonna die. Do you know what I mean? So just a casual regular day. So I've been working on that and I've been cooking more. I cooked a joint, okay? I cooked a ham joint. Incredible. Joints are like big time scary, right? Because it's just a hunk of meat. And I cooked ramen bowl. Ramen bowl's not so bad because the meat that I used was like pre-cooked from a packet. I still fear like, you know, stuff in the vegetables and stuff like that. If there's some sort of, I don't know, fucking bacteria or something, I don't know. Don't ask, all right? But a pat on the back here. I did that. I cooked the whole ramen bowl. The ramen bowl took a lot of different things as well. A lot of keeping an eye on the oven, keeping an eye on the hobs, just smashing my fear of burning the house down and making people sick, all right? Let's just pop off. I know I'm not the only person who deals with that. I know there are loads of people in the world who deal with those like themes of anxiety. So, fair play to me in February. That's just opened the door to me cooking. I mean, I cook on a Wednesday now, and for the most part, I do pretty good. If I cook meat, I check it with a the meat thermometer, and then I'm like, I have to take the answer that the meat thermometer says, and I have to put the meat thermometer away, and I have to accept that the meat is cooked. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic work, fantastic work. If you struggle with that stuff and you're fucking having a go with it, good job, good job. I know it's not really arts and crafts related, but it's me related, and these videos are of me, so I think you got to share these wins. You got to share these positive moments, and this is what I was doing in February. Okay, it's either this or I talk about sorting out beads. All right. I also made a phone charm. I made a James Sunderland one James Sunderland themed on. I made one themed on James Sunderland from Silent Hill 2 as a Valentine's Day gift. I also made a Valentine's Day card, which I don't have a picture of, and I can't remember. Oh yes, I remember what it is now. I might add a picture in if my partner doesn't mind. I made a Wallace from Wallace and Gromit Valentine's Day card, but I made a James Sunderland phone charm, which I think turned out great. Actually, I'm really pleased with that. I really like when I'm theming them off of a character. I really like to properly think about it. So I added some yellows in here for his hair. Green, obviously, his coat. Then there's parts that are like the colours of the paper that Mary wrote her letter on. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I really do actually think about these. It may not look like it, but I do. And there's the colours, the orange and the blues from the bits on his coat. Thought goes into these phone charms. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out. I'd say great gift. If I received that, I'd say great gift. Also, actually, while we're talking about smashing, God, this feels like an eternity ago, and it's not that long ago, February, but another smashing anxiety moment. I went to a restaurant that I had wanted to go to for like 5 years, and I never went to because I was so overwhelmed all the time, and I was like, I just can't I'd go to other restaurants usually because there was social stuff, or I was I really don't want to disappoint my partner if we were going for occasions and stuff like that, and I'd really work hard to go. This restaurant we just never got around to doing, mostly because I was I don't think I can handle it being in a closed in restaurant, and I just was really stressed that I would just be so overwhelmed that I never went. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I went. Okay, I popped off, I went to the restaurant, I enjoyed the food was fantastic. I tell you what probably helped in me not having gone is that you could get takeaway. So anytime we really fancied it, we'd end up getting takeaway, because I'd be like, look, I just really can't handle the thought of going into the restaurant and sitting there, because oh my God, it was just I can't even explain what it was like to be out. I can't even explain what it was like to be me. Still can't right now, but what it was like to go out and do things. But I went there and I had such a great experience. It was fantastic. I always worry about getting food poisoning when I go out to eat, but it was just amazing considering how long I had put off going. I went, and my brain still has all of its anxieties, but I fucking smashed it. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. The food was fantastic. It was so nice to have that evening with my partner and do something together. So I'm adding that in as well. February seemed to be a time where I was really hitting a lot of my fears. Not that I'm not doing that still now, but I had so many that I was just and now I still have many, but I've worked so hard on it. God, I'm having an epiphany moment. Not really epiphany, but a realization moment of how many things I tackled, and now I kind of for the most part can just go and do these things. I'll still go to a restaurant and be like, what if I get food poisoning? What if I get fucking brain eating bacteria from this ice or something? I still get that now, but I don't let it stop me, which is great. And I stopped also for a moment. I was I probably, for people who don't understand anxiety and OCD and stuff, I probably sound quite bizarre saying those things, but look, it's just how my brain works. Okay, it's how a lot of people's brain works, and you might not know it. I didn't know that a lot of people's brains work the same way I did until last year, when I found out about OCD, how OCD actually is and not how it's perceived, as it was by me and many people until I learned about it. Anyway, I haven't been talking about much crafting, and this is supposed to be an art and craft vlog, but that's kind of all I have. I did also draw this sick drawing of my character. So I play D&D with a group of friends, and we actually played a game called Heart. I'm going to Google what the full name is. I think it's called Beneath the Sea, but I just want to be sure before I say it and I'm wrong. Yes, Heart, the City Beneath, sorry. Really cool game. If you're into D&D, if you're into role-playing games, even if you're not and you're thinking about getting into playing some, check out Heart. It's fantastic. Anyway, this is what my character turned into in the end. So unlike D&D, with Heart, you play like knowing your character's gonna die. So a lot of things, you gain like a lot of like negative things, a lot of bad things happen to you, but that's how you play. Like you play expecting the bad things happen. You just kind of go into situations being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this crazy thing because I know the goal at the end of this is that my character's probably gonna die. And my character just went nuts and like got overtook by some crazy beast, and I kind of like drew what I imagined my character looked like once it turned into this beast, and I really like how that turned out. I was going to digitalize it, but let's add that to the, you know, the ever-growing pile of I was going to digitalize this thing, and I didn't digitalize this thing because what happened is I put the picture down and I forgot it existed. So yeah, that was pretty much my February. I guess I didn't craft too much, but we will get into March now, where I think, let me just check. Yeah, I got a whole lot more, it looks like, for March. So thank you for hanging out with me while I yapped about anxiety. Anyway, please enjoy the rest of the video. I don't think I'll be talking about anxiety. I probably will. Hello. Okay. It's March 5th today, and my hair's all wet. I had a shower. So anyway, that doesn't matter. I need to not care about that. But I have a few things that I want to work on. So what do I have to work on? Well, there's that beaded angel thing that I said ages ago I wanted to do that I found in that book I got from the charity shop. I want to kind of make it as a Easter gift. I feel like it'd be a fun Easter gift for my grandparents. So that's sort of like on my to-do list. I also have a patch I need to create this month. I don't need to do it right now because I haven't even played the game. So I'm part of a game club I mentioned before, and I draw the patches that people earn playing the game. So I'll put a picture of right here on my palm of my hand. I'll put a picture of the last patch I made for February's game, which is Shadows of Doubt. Really good game. If you love puzzles, oh my god, it's so good. And if you love being a nosy bitch like I do, you can just root around everything. It's so fun. But I made a patch for it. One of my favourite of the patches I've made, actually, and seem to be a favourite of a lot of people in the stream. So yeah, I have a patch I need to make this month, but I need to play the game first, and I've already forgotten what the name of the game is, so we shall see. And I want to try some perla beads because I bought some a while ago, and I bought a mini iron so I could actually do that. I want to try crocheting. I'm not like I'm going to do all of these things. It's just like ideas I have floating around. I actually have a whiteboard over here, and I might make myself like a little list of projects or things I want to do, and then I'll be able to like come downstairs and see the list and be like, oh yeah, maybe I could work on this one. So yeah, I've got quite a few things. I want to make some stickers. I need to sort out my printer to see if I can even start printing stickers, because I got a printer from the charity shop not that long ago, and it prints out a bit like liney, and I want to see if I can fix that, because if I can't, I'm not going to be able to print stickers. I put my Etsy shop on holiday mode. I don't even know if I've posted anything since I opened my Etsy shop. There was too many things, hence why like I haven't uploaded anything at this point in the actual time it is right now. At the point of filming this is what I meant to just say. I just had a lot going on, and I was like, I need to slow down. I've got a lot of like, you know, things that I'm focusing on, and just not enough brain space. I can't juggle that many plates at the same time. So I wanted to start getting like a wrangle on myself and like what am I able to do consistently and stuff like that. So I've started being really consistent with my streams because I played like games on Twitch, and I've managed to be consistent with the 3 days a week that I stream. I'm like, okay, I can tick that off tick that off of my list of like, you know, hobbies that I want to do consistently. And you know, I want to make stuff, I want to craft, I want to make videos, I want to do my Etsy shop. It's just a lot of things to think about. Yeah, I'm kind of like setting a little goal for myself for March. I'm going to try and like make a March video and put it together and actually upload it in March, and maybe like the stuff from February. I don't even know if I have that much from February, probably. Maybe I'll upload it after and it will just be like February, but you know, it's late. So I'll just name the video February, but it's late. But yeah, so I've been really trying to sort out my craft area. It's one of those things. I'm one of those people. I'm a never-ending project of trying to get organised. For like 33 years now, and I have yet to be organised, but I do it. I'm like, I'm gonna try and get organised every day, and I don't. But yeah, anyway, I've been yapping. Okay, so what a great start. What a great start to the video. Put my hand straight over the camera. So I'm gonna start working on this angel. I did a lot of there, didn't I? This angel beaded hanging decoration thing. I want to make it as I already said, didn't I? I want to make it as a Easter gift for my grandparents, and I just really love the look of it. This is actually a necklace. I didn't realise until a while back. When I originally was like, oh, I'm going to make a hanging decoration, this is really cool, I didn't realise the design is actually a necklace, but I want to make it as a hanging decoration. So I printed out, or I scanned the book, I think it's the next page. Yes, I scanned the book and I just coloured in the beads with pencil because I was trying to figure out, I wanted it as a guide and I could like draw on it or whatever, but also I edited a little bit so she didn't have cleavage. I've added a bit more yellow, although this is going to be copper, it's not going to be yellow. It's going to be, the colours I'm going to try and get exact to how the design is. But I just took the cleavage out a little bit. Not because I'm against cleavage. I actually was checking through my beads and I don't think I had enough like skin tone beads, and then I was like, oh wait, she has a bit of booba action, so I can just make the clothes not as booba. It doesn't look as booba on there, but yeah, so I'm just gonna gather the bits and pieces for that this evening. So this is the case I got for Christmas, and I filled a load of the tubes up with beads. A lot of these, actually, if I have the pictures on my phone still, are from like bags of mixed beads I ever got from the charity shop. I think one bag I just had in amongst my stuff, but a lot of it is mixed bags of beads that I've sorted out, like hours of just like going through every single bead and separating them. But it was worth it in the end, okay, because now I just have like loads of things filled with beads. Anyway, I also got this from my mother-in-law. Thankfully, she was able to help me out because I was having a real issue finding eye pins, hairpins, what are they called? It wanted me to have head pins, sorry, but I think these are actually eye pins. It wanted me to have a 10 centimeter eye pin, which I could not find anywhere apart from America to like ship in. When I was looking online and stuff, I couldn't find it anywhere. But she has wire that I can make my own eye pins with. So I decided to go for copper because I feel like copper will work really nicely with the colours, and I'm going to attempt to make my own. She gave me a good amount of it as well, which was really nice, and 2 different sizes, but you might be able to hear Dexter's scratching himself. You can hear his bell ringing. You might be able to hear it, I don't know. But she gave me 2 different sizes, but I think I'm going to use the thicker size, and I'm going to attempt to make my own eye pin, and fingers crossed that goes well, and then pick out the bead colours and the thread and everything I need. Stop scratching the sofa, Dexter. Come on now. Ah. Ow. The actual do for some stuff. Found the roots of it. Bring you back, please. Let's go. Watch her. Motherfucker. Right out there, because it'll probably fall down and specifically a sushi place. So just had something like sushi. They don't grab the bolts. In fairness, is the fucking place in the village, so I don't expect it much. There was a kind of spur of the moment thing, but their ramen wasn't great. Like we had sushi. My bad. This little thing. I don't even know what branch I'm on right now. Right, I'm gonna slide down through. Okay, so I've done the eye pin. I'm gonna need to bend the ends a little bit. I'm gonna have to figure out how to straighten up wire when you make your own eye pins, because I'm struggling to get it straight. I don't mind too much for this because it's a gift. Not that that means that, you know, what I mean is I kind of don't mind it too much. Kind of adds to the homemade feel. I guess like I get a little bit torn, right? It's like I get a little bit stuck. It's a struggle of mine with drawing. It's why I struggle to draw a lot, and it irritates me because I always feel like things have to be perfect, so this has to be perfectly straight. But it doesn't really, does it? Probably not. Who says so? I'm making it, so it's mine. It's my decision, right? Maybe it's okay as it is. But I'd like to know how to make it as perfect, straighter, or maybe not perfectly straight. I don't think I'd ever get it perfectly straight. But I'd like to know how. But you know what? For my first time, just, you know, eyeballing it, I think that's okay. I think I'm going to go with it. It's a step in the right direction.
Steam Tech will not replace you. Roy repeated several times throughout the address to thunderous applause. The Roy defeated Atwood in a stunning landslide, with over 73% of the vote. Most voters know that the serial murderer is Berkeley Cause of Chumley. Cause was discovered in his apartment, killed by... Unfortunately. Please, go on.
The police took his body to the mortuary and investigated the crime scene.
Shit.
Okay, so this this beaded hanging decoration is taking me so long to do. I have two points. The first one is that I'm using like fishing line type thing, and maybe that combined with the fact that I'm not using a needle is maybe making it take a bit longer because I'm hand threading every single time I do anything. I'm like hand doing it like I'm threading a needle. And maybe if I just had a needle on thread and I could just put the needle through everything, I feel like it would speed me up. I feel like it'd make things go a lot faster. So I'm considering maybe I can get a needle and just use a needle with this fishing line. But the fishing line is so, because it's like plasticky, it just slides. I'm so concerned that I'm going to do all of this and then it's just going to undo itself because it's so slippy that it will just undo the knots. And I think I'll just lose my fucking mind if that happens. Sorry if it's noise in the back. But oh god. This is where I'm at so far. I've done like a row and 2/4, 2/3. Oh shit. And this is taking me hours. So basically, this row I threaded all the needles on. And then for every bead underneath, I have to put the thread, so the thread goes through that one, and it goes through the bead underneath, then it goes back through the top one, back through the bead underneath, and then you add another bead, and it goes up through the top one, back through the bead underneath. You add another one, it goes through that one, blah, 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 rinse and repeat. So it takes so long, like it's taken a long time because I'm having to like loop every single bead. And this is crazy. This is actually crazy. Like, I have this whole thing to do. This is taking me hours. You know what I mean? I'm just like... But yes. I will say, actually, although I'm like, oh my god, this is so daunting, it's been quite... There's some things I can do that I just cannot get my brain to focus on, no matter how hard I try. My brain's like, not interested. This is painful to do. I refuse to focus, and I will make you feel like this is an absolute living hell. And then there's other things like this where I'm like, I can kind of, for the most part at the moment, sit and do this, and I'm just like almost like hypnotized, which I guess is a good thing because I really want to complete this. I really want to get it done because it's a gift. But I'm just like, wow, maybe I could have picked something smaller. But to be honest, this didn't. I don't know, it's so easy to look at something, isn't it, and be like, oh, I can do that. Well, I'm not like, oh, I can do that. I kind of looked and was like, oh, I could try doing that, you know? And I'm like, maybe I should have tried making something smaller first, but I had no idea. But yeah, so I'm going to keep persevering with this. I might try and find a needle. I know I have needles, but I think I might just have to buy one because I had packed a lot of my craft stuff away because I thought I was going to be moving sooner. A long time ago, I thought I was going to be moving, and that hasn't happened yet. So... But I had packed away a lot of stuff that I wasn't using. Well, I was like, I'll keep the bare minimum out, you know, the stuff that I would use. And yeah, I don't know that I have any needles anywhere. So I might just like buy myself a needle and see if maybe using a needle would work better. But I'm concerned that with this plasticky shit, it's just not going to work with a needle. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a little update of where I am. Although I probably look like this is the same day as the last time I did a face-to-face. Again, I feel like it's weird. I've had a shower, so my hair's all like a mess because it's still wet. And I'm in this hoodie, but this is a different day. Today is the 10th. It's the 10th of March. So it's a different day. I just look the same all the time. But yeah, this is my little update. But I'm just doing it in like little chunks of time. I'm trying not to stress myself, although I do want to give this as an Easter gift. But I think Easter is at like the end of March? Beginning of March? When is Easter this year? Easter is the end of April. 20th of April, I think, if I read correctly. So I actually do have quite a bit of time. I've got like over a month, so that gives me a good amount of time to not have like freak out. But this is just like a thing I've decided. Like I've not, you know, said to any. Oh God, my hand's in the way. Sorry. I've not said to anyone that, you know, they're going to get this for Easter or anything. But I just want to get it done, you know. So anyway, that's my little update. I'll catch you guys in a minute, probably. Another time. I don't know. What am I saying? It's the 11th of March today. I don't know whether it's worth me saying what day. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. I've said it now. And I'm carrying on working on my beaded decoration. I feel like that's probably going to take up all my time at the moment because I'm so like invested on getting it completed. But today I've lost the lid already. I drop everything. Again, is like another thing of why would I choose beads to be the thing that I do, especially tiny beads, because I drop stuff. But today I received a parcel that was this. It had like a red cap on it, and I don't know if you can see inside of it. And I got a little bit freaked out because I opened the parcel at work and I was like, what is this? Someone like sent me a tube of like needle. My brain was like, this is like needles from a syringe or something. Something like this. If you have anxiety brain, maybe you'll know. Because I couldn't see. I was like, oh, maybe this is needles for beadwork. But I couldn't see any eyes on them, you know, to thread through. And I got really freaked out. And because it's in this like test tube looking thing, I was like, oh my God, like, has this been sent to me by mistake? What is this? I don't want to open it. What if it's like actual needles or something? I got kind of freaked out. And then I eventually realised that these are actually beading needles. And beading needles, if I can do this one-handed. Can I do it one-handed? Actually, I think I could just show the one that I have that I'm using right now. Beading needles actually split in the middle. Like that. I don't know if you can, I probably can't see well. I'll turn the camera around in a minute. They split in the middle. They don't split like at the top like a regular needle. And I was like, okay, this makes more sense. And my mum had actually mailed these to me because I had sent her an update of how I was doing. And I was like, this is taking me hours to like complete like a third of it. Like hours, because I'm sitting here threading it by hand through every bead. And so I sat down this evening and I thought I'll try them. I was like, oh, I don't know if that'll work though, because they're quite long. Although maybe this is the length of like a kind of a longish needle. The other ones are like crazy long, I'll show you. You know, there's some that are like this long. I don't know if you can see them. Let me put them up against my hair. But yeah, it's like as long as my head, maybe. No, not as long as my head, shorter than my head. But anyway, they're long. I'm like, what? I don't know if this is going to work because the beads are so tiny. But anyway, I've sat here this evening and I have managed to complete a whole row of these bloody beads. And that took me like 2 sessions to do one row. 2 sessions of hours before because I was doing it all by hand. And now I'm using these needles. So I'll show you my 3rd row. I'm getting there. So yeah, these are the needles. You can see them a bit better from this direction. But yeah, they came in this tube. There's really long ones. But, oh God, like I say, I just drop everything constantly. But I'll probably find use for these when I do other sort of like beaded things. They're actually really handy. I'm enjoying using these. And I'm not stabbing myself like I would with a normal needle. So I think these are actually better than if I had bought myself. But anyway, yeah, I completed a 3rd row. Look, oh my God. I haven't counted how many rows are in this because that's the picture there, so you can see there's a lot. But I completed my 3rd row. It looks a lot grayer on the camera, but it is more blue. I mean, it's not a crazy amount of blue compared to what you're seeing, but it's not as like grey in real life. But yeah, I've managed to sit and do this whole row this evening using this beading. I'm so shit at this. Just dropping everything. This shitting needle. Oh my God, this beading needle. I'm tired. Okay, it's like, what time is it? Coming up 10:30. 10:30? 9:30. I'm tired, as you can tell. 21. Oh my God. So yeah, actually, this has been great. And it's not super sharp, so I haven't stabbed myself. Because whenever I do like embroidery or cross stitch, I always stab myself with a needle. So yeah. Thought I'd do a little update. This might actually go a little bit faster. I am concerned though that I'm not going to have enough of these beads because I'm using these ones and I can already see the bottom. So I don't know how many more rows I'm going to get out of this because I've done 3 rows so far and this has 10. I think this has 10 rows of just that colour before it even starts to put in like a darker blue. And I also need to use the same blue for the side pieces. So I'm a little bit concerned that I'm not going to have enough of this colour bead. I don't know. I'm wondering if I could do like 3-tone instead of 2-tone, because I do have other blues, but I don't know, because I've got this one. I don't know if I was going to go into that blue. Well, that looks very colourful. Like that one looks a lot brighter then. So maybe I could do like a transition. What's that like? Maybe I could do a transition. Maybe I could do like 3 shades of blue instead of 2. Just because of I'm running out of this one, and I don't want to. I bought this like set of these small beads on Amazon a while back because I was like, oh, I want to try and do some small beaded things, so I'll just buy a set on Amazon and I'll see how I get on rather than going hunting for beads and stuff like that, tiny beads. I just thought this would be easier. So I don't know if I'm going to be able, sorry, I'm not holding the camera in a helpful manner. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this specific colour, which is like, but we'll see. I'm just going to carry on, and because I've finished this row, I'm now going to put aside enough for the third row on either side. So I have this little container I got from the charity shop. I bought this and it had buttons in it, I think, or something. And I was like, this is great because it's not only is it a purchase of what's inside, I get the container. I love it when I buy stuff from the charity shop and it has a container. So yeah, each row I've done, I've been putting enough beads in here to do the same row on either side of the hanging thing. So I'm just going to put, I think it's like 9 either side. I'm going to put 18 beads in here. And then I'm at least like covered to match the whole thing. But yeah, that's my progress so far. I thought I'd do a little update. I was like filming like above shots. To be honest, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again, so I don't think I really need to time lapse it too much. I feel like I could just do little updates like this maybe. But yes, 10 out of 10 recommend these needles if you're like me and you decide to try and hand thread something like this. I don't know why. Well, it's because I didn't have any needles and I was like, I just want to get started. If I had to do this with like a thread that wasn't like a fishing line, I probably wouldn't have sat and hand threaded it. I probably would have been like, I need to get a needle, but because this is a little bit like sturdier, I was able to. But yeah, I just thought I'd do that update. Hopefully next time I show you this, it's going to have grown immensely. So it's the 12th today. I just had therapy, so if my eyes are a bit red, okay, sometimes therapy is hard. I'm about to go for a walk because it's looking very grey and I'm concerned. Okay, Dexter's getting involved. I'm concerned it's going to rain when I leave, but since like last year, I've been working really hard on my mental health, and I think around September time, started going for walks like every day, and I made it a thing for myself that I need to leave the house on my own as well, and also get out for like walks and things for moving my body, getting vitamin D. I like hit my 150 minutes every week usually, just through going on walks. So today's Wednesday, which means I don't have to work, so I usually will go for a walk in the afternoon. So I'm about to do that, and when I go for those walks, I look in the charity shop. So I will let you know if I find anything when I go to the charity shop. But I think I added like a little update on my beaded decoration. But look, I have 4 rows done. How crazy is that? This is because now I'm using that needle, that beading needle. Beading needle. That sounds really weird to say. I feel like beading needle. I now have 4 rows to do. Why can't I hold anything? Are my hands connected to my brain? I have 4 rows done. I feel less like this is going to take forever. I'm feeling hopeful. So I might work on more of that this evening. I have a few things to do. So here's my current like mental list, because I still haven't written on my whiteboard my current plans. Oh my god, I have like really, my like anxiety around breathing has flared up at the moment. So if I'm a bit like, it's just everything feels like this right now. But that's fine. Okay, that's fine. I'm working on it. But, you know, yeah, so my current projects in my head, I want to do, number 1, my new starting soon screen for streaming. Number 2, beaded project. This is in no particular order. It's just in what order my brain remembers. Beading project. Number 3 is I want to draw up my D&D character that I have in mind for D&D. I've drawn like a it's in my folder, so I can't grab it right now. I'll grab it later, maybe. I want to draw up my character because, yeah, I've actually made like a backstory for this character, which I'm really excited about. I love Dungeons and Dragons, and we haven't played Dungeons and Dragons with our group in a really long time. We've been playing like other games, so it's nice to go back to D&D, and I have a cool character in mind. And another, wait, how many is that? I don't know, whatever number I'm on now, is I really want to make a trinket tray for this necklace when I take it off at night. I want to make a trinket tray for it, and I want to make it shaped like a manta ray or a stingray. And if fluff gets stuck into it when I varnish it, it's whatever, I don't care, it's my fluff. But yeah, that's a few things I want to make at the moment. Like there's a lot of other stuff, like I want to get making stickers and make some more beaded charm, blah, 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 blah. But they're like my main things, I think, right now. Yeah, I also need to make the Game Club patch, and I haven't played the Game Club yet. And I restarted my drawing tablet because it was giving me fucking grief. And I haven't got Fresco back on it. I've been considering saving up for a new tablet, and part of me is like, should I get like an Apple tablet? I don't really want to get Apple stuff, but everyone uses Apple, and I just wonder whether actually they're just better for drawing and creating on. Because I have like a Surface Pro at the moment, Surface Pro, and it just got so laggy. It was such a nightmare to draw on it. It'd overheat and everything, and I'd get so frustrated that I'm like, maybe I should treat myself, because I've had that tablet for like over 5 years now, maybe longer. I can't quite remember. I've had it for a while. And I'm not like, oh, you know, I've had this electronic for this length of time, I need an upgrade. It's not like that. It's just like it's not performing as well as I would hope. So yeah, anyway, I need to go for my walk, because what time is it? It is... well, it's 1 o'clock, so pretty much around my usual time. Normally I would stream until 1, but I had an appointment today, so I couldn't. I'll show you if I get anything. So I'm back from my walk. Well, I've been back from my walk for like hours now, but I was on the phone, so I couldn't do this. I couldn't update with what I found at the charity shop, because I went to the charity shops and I found some things. Again, I've showered before I filmed, so my hair's like mental. Do you know what? I need to get over it. It doesn't matter. It's just like, it's a bit wild. I feel like I need to acknowledge it. It's wet. Anyway, whatever. I bought some things. I went to the charity shop. Here's my little bag of stuff. I always see people make these like, well, I don't always. I've seen people make these like little miniature greenhouse things or cool little bookends. And I saw this in the charity shop and I was like, oh my God. It's like sorry for the glare. It's like a tube. A tube? It's like a glass jar and you like make something in it. You see what I mean? Like you make a little scene inside. I'm gonna make a scene. Is that Australian? I don't know what that was. It has a red dot on it, so I'm assuming it's this one. But there's so many different ones and there's so many cute ones. But this one is it looks like someone's like little porch or something and has a pumpkin and everything. And I was like, well, say no more. I'm gonna give it a go because I wanted to try one of those for so long. And it was a £5 and I thought, well, sometimes I'm like, oh, this feels like £5. But then I'm like, it's for charity, it's fine. And then I grabbed this. I grabbed this for £1.50. It didn't have anything in it, unfortunately. Usually I grab these and they have like beads or something in it, so I'm like double win. This one was empty, but I use these so much. These are fantastic. So snapped it up, immediately snapped it up. And then there was this for £1.25. It has beads in it. Yeah, it has beads in it, and obviously it's another holder for beads, which is fantastic. Super helpful for me. I feel like if I'm gonna do any projects specifically, I could always like pick out the beads I need and then put it in here, and I'll know like these are for the project. But either way, I thought it was great. So they're my little finds. Pretty pleased with that. Yeah, but those are my bits. I didn't realise when I was doing this, for the first 3 rows, that I actually have to, when I finish a row, I finish this last row here, I actually have to go, so say that I finished the end here, I have to actually put the thread all the way through the row above it and then all the way through the bottom one to then start another row. So I didn't do that with the first 3, and I think it really shows because it looks like wider and like more gap-y, if that makes sense. At the top you can see how it's like going outwards, but then since I started doing it, the last like 3, it's holding more of a shape. But I'm not too fussed because I think actually this top part might, I don't know if I already said this or not, I think the top part here is going to wrap around this, so I don't think it matters too much that it's a bit more lumpy than the rest of it. But it's also super handy that I got this set bought for me that has different sizes in it, because I'm currently using this size when I'm threading the needles, but threading the beads, whatever, sewing the beads, and it has these size in it, which is perfect because it fits the whole row, so I can do the thread. It's just like, this was the most perfect thing. So now I'm going to have to remember to, every time I finish a row, do that. And also that's going to use up so much more of the like thread, because I need so much more. I have to be conscious of the thread. I need so much more for, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm always doing this in the evening as well, so I'm just like, my brain's like fucking melted. But yeah, I'm getting there. More progress done. I feel like I'll have this done in no time. So yeah.